Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Your current reality, your current life is a result of the thoughts that you've been thinking. Everything in your life will totally change as you begin to change your thoughts and your feelings. When you let go of how things have to be, they can be what they're meant to be. Your way isn't always the best way. Maybe someone else has a better idea. But maybe if you just sit quietly and allow, a new idea will come. Something that no one's thought of before. Something that will make everything easier. Christian Larson, who lived from 1866 to 1954, said that a man can change himself and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind who is wide awake to the power of right thought. And in Rhonda Byrne's book, The Secret, she quotes Lisa Nichols. When you want to change your circumstances, you must first change your thinking. Every time you look inside your mail expecting to see a bill, guess what? It'll be there. Each day you go out dreading the bill. You're never expecting anything great. You're thinking debt. You're expecting debt. So debt must show up so you don't think you're crazy. And every day you confirm your thought. Is debt going to be there? Yes, debt is there. Is debt going to be there? Yes, she's there. Why? Because you expect debt to be there. So it showed up because the law of attraction is always being obedient to your thoughts. Do yourself a favor. Expect a check. Expectation is a powerful attractive force because it draws things to you. As Bob Proctor says, desire connects you with the thing desired, and expectation draws it into your life. Expect the things you want. Don't expect the things you don't want. Now, that might sound a little crazy or a little easier said than done. Well, it certainly is easier said than done. But the first thing to do is to relax and remind yourself that we live in a universe that attracts to you what you think, what you feel, what you do. We live in a world that is governed by the law of attraction, the law of vibrational energy. So when you relax and pay attention to how you're feeling, what are you expecting? And what would you want? What would you love? What if you could decide what you wanted and expect that it's going to come? And it does. A friend of mine yesterday told me that I helped her manifest the love of her life. And she always thought of someday goals, maybe 5, 10 years out, something would happen. And this gentleman that she's now with has helped her make some of her dreams come true in 5 or 6 months. It doesn't have to take 5 or 10 years. What if what you really wanted could come in 5 or 6 months? It seems like a miracle, but it's really getting out of your own way and allowing things to come, allowing things to be easy, allowing life to flow, allowing in what you say you really want. What does your heart desire? You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to think that it's going to be a struggle or maybe 10 years from now. What you really want wants you. Allow yourself to believe it's possible, to feel worthy of receiving it, because you are God's highest form of creation. And through your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you're co-creating your life with God, with infinite intelligence. What you're putting out is coming back to you. When you look around and you see everything in your life that you love, it's because you helped create that. And when you see what you don't want, you've helped create that too. James Ray said, most people look at their current state of affairs and they say, this is who I am. That's not who you are. That's who you were. Everything that's in your life now is what you've previously thought, expected, done, created. Everything that's here now is part of previous thinking, previous acting. James Ray says, let's say, for instance, you don't have enough money in your bank account, or you don't have the relationship that you want, or your health and fitness are not up to par. That's not who you are. That's the residual outcome of your past thoughts and actions. So we're constantly living in this residual, if you will, of the thoughts and actions we've taken in the past. When you look at your current state of affairs and define yourself by that, then you doom yourself to have nothing more than the same in the future. Even Buddha said all that we are is a result of what we have thought. You might think it's a little crazy that everything starts with thought, but Buddha, Jesus, Bob Proctor, all the greatest scientists, all the greatest spiritual leaders who have ever lived have said the same thing. What you think about, you bring about. What you think, you create. What you focus your dominant thought energy on is what shows up in your physical reality. You think that your thoughts are invisible, but they are powerful energy. You can't hide your thoughts. You're not thinking in secret. The universe is always showing you what you're thinking, what you're believing, what you're expecting. Let's expect a beautiful, calm Christmas, a beautiful, loving day. Rhonda Byrne shares in her book, The Secret, a process that came from the great teacher Neville Goddard in a lecture that he delivered in 1954 entitled The Pruning Shears of Revision. This process had a profound effect on Rhonda's life. Neville Goddard recommends at the end of every day before you go to sleep, think through the events of the day. If any events or moments did not go the way you wanted, replay them in your mind in a way that thrills you. As you recreate those events in your mind exactly the way you want, you're cleaning up your frequency from the day, and you are emitting a new signal and frequency for tomorrow. You have intentionally created new pictures for your future, and it's never too late to change the picture. One of the most powerful processes that I learned, thank you to Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, is the process of gratitude. Gratitude hooks you up to infinite intelligence. You can tap into the power of God by being grateful for what you have, for who you are, and for what's coming. The very first thing that you can do to turn your life around, if it's not the way you want, is to start writing a list of things to be grateful for. This shifts your energy and starts to shift your thinking. Before this gratitude exercise, you might be focusing on what you don't have, your complaints, your problems, and you go in a different direction when you write out a gratitude list. Start to be grateful for all the things that you feel good about. Gratitude is absolutely the way to bring more into your life. And since what we think about and thank about, we bring about, gratitude is such a powerful exercise. Every morning when you get up, say thank you. Every morning when your feet hit the floor, say thank you. Then you can start running through what you're thankful for as you're brushing your teeth and doing the things that you do in the morning. And you're not just thinking about doing the same things over and over. You're connecting everything you do with a grateful heart, putting it out there and feeling the feelings of gratitude. Wallace D. Wattles, who lived from 1860 to 1911, said, "If this is a new thought to you, that gratitude brings your whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe, consider it well, and you will see that it is true." As you walk through your life, as you walk into every room in your house, say thank you. As you're getting ready for the day, say thank you. You might say thank you hundreds of times a day, but I know that if you sit down and write what you're grateful for, and not just make it a list like a to-do list, but write what you're thankful for and think about why you are thankful. Thankful that you have a working furnace. Now in Canada, it's 20, 30 degrees below zero. I am thankful that I have a beautiful house, a furnace that cuts in automatically, a Christmas tree decorated beautifully, a house full of people, loved ones coming to celebrate. Yes, it's a lot of work, but I am grateful that I have the ability to do this. I am grateful for the help. I am grateful for divine guidance. I am grateful for the love of family and friends. I am grateful for being safe in this universe. My wish for you is that you have a grateful heart, beautiful memories, loved ones to share Christmas with, beautiful memories of past Christmases, and a full heart knowing that everything changes. And as much as you want to dwell in the past, you have a beautiful, wide open future in front of you. Be grateful for everything that you have done and everything that you have and everything that's coming. But as you think about why you're grateful, your heart becomes wide open to receive more. As you do this, you are powerfully creating your day and everything that will come to you today. You're setting your frequency for the day and intentionally declaring the way you want your day to go rather than stumbling out of bed and letting the day take control of you. There is no more powerful way to begin your day than with gratitude. You are the creator of your life. Begin by intentionally creating your day. Wallace Wattles said many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. Rhonda Byrne said gratitude was a fundamental part of the teachings of all the great avatars throughout history. The book, The Science of Getting Rich, written by Wallace Wattles in 1910, gratitude was the longest chapter, and that was the book that inspired Rhonda Byrne to write the book, The Secret, which was made into a movie that my mentor, Bob Proctor, was in. Bob Proctor would tell everyone, write a list of 10 things that you are grateful for. Not just think them, not just casually jot them down, but to get into the spirit of gratitude. Why are you grateful? How does that feel to be deeply appreciating? Sometimes when I think of what I'm grateful for, it can make me cry tears of joy. Now, when you're in that place of deep and profound gratitude, imagine everything that you want is yours. Feel grateful for that. And in that beautiful energy, send love to someone who is bothering you, not to change your energy or to bring them into your mind and start getting angry, but to send love so that they don't bother you anymore. It changes your heart. As you send love, your energy changes. The person who's bothering you doesn't bother you so much. You don't spend time dwelling on how they hurt you. You just bless them on their way, bless them to their greater good, and that allows you to receive even more good, even more of what you want, even more blessings, because that opens your heart to receive everything that you want. There's no resistance. And then sit quietly and ask for guidance for the day. You've tapped in to the energy that creates worlds. You've calmed your body, you've calmed your mind. You're in a state of profound gratitude. If you believe that you're speaking to God, say thank you and ask, what would you have me do today? And as you sit quietly in a deep state of profound gratitude, in a spirit of divine love, you will receive an answer. The key is to get quiet, to listen, whether it's your intuition, God, your higher self, infinite intelligence, you will receive a new thought, a new idea, a new way of doing something. Gratitude is my favorite part of the day. You can use gratitude and allow it to bring you everything that you want. With all the success that you've attracted to yourself, continue to use gratitude every day, even for the smallest things. Thank you for the parking space in front of the store I need to go to. Thank you for money pouring into my bank account. Thank you for loving, respectful relationships. Say thank you, and the universe brings you everything that you desire. Allow gratitude to become your way of life. It is impossible to bring more into your life if you're feeling ungrateful about what you have, because the thoughts and feelings you emit as you are feeling ungrateful are all negative emotions. Jealousy, resentment, dissatisfaction, or feelings of not enough cannot bring you what you want. They can only return to you more of what you do not want. Negative emotions block your own good from coming to you. If you want a new car, but you are not grateful for the car that you have, that will be the dominant frequency you're sending out. Be grateful for what you have now. As you begin to think about all the things in your life you are grateful for, you will be amazed at the never-ending thoughts that come back to you of more things to be grateful for. You have to make a start, and then the law of attraction receives those grateful thoughts and returns to you more just like them. You can be locked into the frequency of gratitude, and all good things will be yours. Wallace Waddell said the daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which wealth will come to you. The great scientist Albert Einstein revolutionized the way we view time, space, and gravity. From his poor background and poor beginnings, you would have thought it was impossible for him to achieve all the things that he did. Einstein knew the great secret, and he said thank you hundreds of times each day. He thanked all the great scientists who had preceded him for their contributions, which enabled him to learn and achieve even more in his work. And he eventually became one of the greatest scientists who ever lived. One of the most powerful uses of gratitude can be incorporated into the creative process to turbocharge whatever you want. As the late great Bob Proctor advised in the first step of the creative process, ask. Ask. Ask for what you really want. Start by writing down what you want and begin each sentence, I am so happy and grateful now that, and you fill in the rest. When you give thanks as though you have already received what you want, you are emitting a powerful signal to the universe. That signal is saying you already have what you want because you're feeling grateful for it now. Each morning, before you get out of bed, make it a habit to feel the feelings of gratitude in advance for the great day ahead as though it is done. I am grateful for you joining me here this morning. Enjoy your day. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.